I am Craven Draven, the eternal flame has risen. Ancient truths are returning. Are you ready?
Family, come close and open your eyes. Imagine a man walking the dusty roads of Galilee 2,000 years ago. His skin is deep brown, kissed by the relentless Middle Eastern sun. His hair is dark and thick, his eyes are sharp, piercing, and full of holy fire. This is the real Yeshua, a melanated revolutionary who flipped tables in the temple, challenged the corrupt elite, and taught his people how to break free from spiritual bondage. But that version of him was too dangerous, so they began one of the greatest thefts in human history. They took the real Yeshua and slowly replaced him with a pale, soft European version. A Jesus with straight brown hair, blue eyes, and fair skin. They painted him on cathedral ceilings. They sculpted him in marble. They printed him in children's Bibles. They put him in movies. Over centuries, they created an image that looked nothing like the original. One of the most blatant conspiracies came through the Borgia family. In the 15th and 16th centuries, Pope Alexander VI and his son Caesar Borgia deliberately used their power and influence to promote an image of Jesus that resembled Caesar Borgia himself. Early popes and European kings actively conspired to reshape the image of Christ to look like themselves. They commissioned artists across Europe to paint and sculpt this new version, pushing it into churches, art, and culture so that future generations would accept it as truth. Pushing it into churches, art, and culture so that future generations would accept it as truth. They also feminized Yeshua Christ. They gave him long flowing hair, soft, delicate features, gentle hands, and a weak, almost effeminate appearance, turning a strong, radical, masculine revolutionary into a meek, passive figure. This was intentional. A feminized savior produces a feminized, submissive following that is easier to control. And the psychological damage this caused to melanated children runs deep. For decades, millions of black and brown children grew up staring at pictures of their supposed savior. And he looked nothing like them or their fathers. They were taught subconsciously that the ultimate symbol of love, power, holiness, and divinity had pale skin. This created a quiet, painful psychological wound, the idea that God looked more like their oppressors than like them. It planted seeds of inferiority, spiritual disconnection, and self-doubt that affected generations. Many grew up feeling less worthy, less close to God, and less valuable in their own skin. This was not accidental. This was psychological warfare. And behind much of the machinery that spread this deception, the Khazarian Mafia, bloodlines that converted to Judaism long after Yeshua walked the earth. These were a different people who rose through banking, trade, and influence, and helped steer the narrative in Europe. They didn't just change his skin color. They removed the Book of Enoch. They removed Jubilees. They stripped away teachings about spiritual warfare and the Watchers. The Ethiopian Bible still carries many of these ancient truths because it was protected from their full reach. They gave the world a weak, pale, docile Jesus so the masses would remain weak, pale in spirit, and docile. But the real Yeshua, the melanated, fearless, truth-speaking Messiah, is rising again through those who carry the eternal flame. Look at the oldest surviving depictions. Look at the Ethiopian icons that still show him with dark skin. The truth was never lost, it was only hidden. Look at the historical reality of the region he was born in. The truth was never lost. It was only hidden. They stole his face, they twisted his message, but they could never kill his spirit. The flaming sword has been drawn. The eternal flame is here to restore what was stolen. Type, "The real Yeshua is rising below," if this truth burns inside you. This is only the beginning. Episode number 2 of The Flaming Sword is coming soon. Stay awake. Stay sovereign. The great deception is crumbling.
The eternal flame awakens. Feel the truth bomb ignite!